startup. Okay, and the session will be recorded, as you have heard. So I think we're all here, and since it's almost 12, I'm going to go ahead and start. I want to welcome all of you. Actually, before we start, I want to ask Nawara Services if you can mute yourself, because we can hear some background noise and I cannot mute you. Yeah, perfect. All right, very good. So welcome everybody. On behalf of Climate-Launchpad, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the 2022 Climate-Launchpad semifinals. Congratulations for making it this far already in your entrepreneurship journey. Let me start by introducing myself first. My name is Elena Mesho. I'm going to be the moderator for today's session. And to give you a bit of my professional background, I am a lecturer of innovation and entrepreneurship at in Holland Applied Sciences University, which is based in the Netherlands. And also for the past 7 years, I'm very proud to say that I'm also one of the global Climate-Launchpad trainers. So I've seen quite a few startups go through your process, and I have to honestly say congratulations for being making it this far and at this stage. So today I'm also joined by Thales, who will be the room boss. He will be keeping time, making sure that everything runs smoothly. And let's see, we also have our jury member. I'm going to introduce them to you in a little bit, but first I want to give you a little bit of background of the theme. So we're in the Adaptation and Resilience room, and this theme focuses on ideas that provide products or services that build agility, response readiness, and climate resilience. And examples of this kind of topics can be educational tools on climate risk and impact, technologies or tools that prevent or reduce the effects of climate impact, or solutions that facilitate a region's resilience. We have a total of 8 startups that will be pitching today, and we will hear from each of you in a little bit. So the teams will be sharing their 5-minute pre-recorded slide decks, and we will be answering questions from the jury in the 3-minute live Q&A. I want to focus on the 3-minute Q&A. That's all the time we have allocated for each of the startups. So today we'll be putting the time in the chat. And once your 3 minutes are up, I will be stopping you so we can move on to the next startup. I will go through the house rules in a little bit, but first I would like to introduce our jury members and to thank our jury members for being here with us. As you can see, they are the people with the blue backgrounds. So I'm just going to go give the floor one by one as I see you on my screen. So first we have Robert van Rooyen. Robert, if you would like to give us a little bit of a background of who you are.
Yep, my name is Robert van Rooyen. I work at the TU Delft, and I'm a program manager of VP Delta, which is a program focused on climate adaptation here in the Netherlands. And in that program, we also have a lot of startups which we help to find their way to the market. So that's me.
Thank you very much and welcome. Thanks for being here. Next on my screen, I see Tim Meister. Tim?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tim Meister. I'm an innovation manager in artificial intelligence at the TU Delft, but also an entrepreneur. So I have my own green tech company that looks at carbon footprinting of products and services. So a bit of both. I have a background in science and innovation, working in that field for 20 plus years.
Fantastic. Thank you for being with us, Tim. And then next we have Lucas Maurice. Lucas?
Yes, thank you, Elena. Hi, everyone. I'm Lucas from Hello Tomorrow, which is a company building a global ecosystem of science-based solutions, specialized there in climate and energy, and so quite used to this startup competition. So yeah, looking forward to see your innovations.
Excellent. Welcome as well, Lucas. And of course, we have also Sophie White with us. Sophie?
Yes, thank you. So I'm Sophie. I'm joining from Climate-KIC, and we are the innovation agency that's actually working with TU Delft on Climate-Launchpad, but we also run accelerators for early stage startups, and I sit on our entrepreneurship team. usually in London, but currently joining you from Nairobi. So apologies in advance because the Wi-Fi is going in and out a bit, but really excited to see all of your startups and pitches.
Fantastic. And I believe, Sophie, we also have a team from Nairobi joining us today. So we will hear from that startup soon. Okay, everybody, I'm going to start sharing my screen a little bit, but before we start, I want to tell you all good luck. Enjoy today's session. I hope you're not too nervous with the Q&A, and we look forward to hearing from you. So let me share my screen. I'm gonna also give you a little bit of the house rules. So, all right. Like we said, this is the 2022 Climate Launchpad finals, and I want to go over the house rules with you. I think you all know this by now, but you've all renamed yourself and to your startup name and your own name. Thank you for that. Please keep your mics and video off when you're not presenting. Your pitch will be announced and started by the moderator, who is me, so I will be doing that. Keep any additional slides, if applicable, at hand for the Q&A after your pitch, and screen sharing will only be allowed during the Q&A. So if you do need to share your screen, Tere and I will give you access so you can actually share your screen. Once we're done, please leave the room upon request by me and after the last pitch. So I will announce when when your job will be done, let's say for today, and you can leave the room. The game rules, to go over them one more time, is that we have a 5-minute pre-recorded pitch. Then there's the 3-minute live Q&A with the jury. I will be checking format compliance of your slides as those were presented to you during the training. And we will be announcing the winners on October 28th via Vimeo. If you don't have the link, we can put the link in the chat so you know where you can access that. Then the top 16 teams from all the different rooms, so number 1 and number 2 from each team, will win access to the final stage, and the pitching will be on November 3rd. So 2 of you will be going to the final. And all top 16 will get access to the Climate Launchpad Clim Accelerator. The program, today we have the semi-final pitching sessions. It's from noon until 3 p.m. We have 80 teams total, and they've been split into 8 teams. In our team, we have 8 teams. Tomorrow, October 28th, between 2 and 2:30, we will announce the top 16 teams. And day 3 is the global grand final on November 3rd from 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. So the top 16 pitches, top 16 teams will be pitching. There'll be some inspiring speakers and, of course, the announcement of the top 3 winners. We've met the jury. Jury will be asking your question. And this is the pitching order. So 8 teams, I'm going to be going one by one, and then doing the Q&A after the pitch is done. Any questions or anything that is not clear, please put it in the chat and we will be responding to you. So let's start. Good luck again for today, and good luck in general in fixing climate change, one startup at a time. So with the first startup,
Hi,
Recepta.
I'm Ralph, founder and CEO of Recepta, platform that automates creation and collection all of digital receipts in one platform. We are backed by NVIDIA Inception Program, EBRD, Plug and Play, and we are the Technofest 2022 winner. So did you know that 93% of paper receipts are non-recyclable? And we are eliminating the need for paper receipts by creating Recepta, smart and digital receipts. It's really easy to integrate through the API or Recepta device that connected to the printer to automate the process. And it doesn't require any ERP integration. It's easy to set up in a minute. And the merchants basically spent 4 billion on paper receipts each year. And It's only in US market we are targeting to get 20% of the market, as we hold the patent for the solution, for the matching and for the device. So our solution basically moves businesses to ESG 10 times cheaper than what they spend on paper receipts. And we do not cut any tree to make this happen. And we reduce significant amount of carbon footprint for merchants. It helps them to reduce printing expenses, accelerate the checkout process, and integrate with their customers after purchase. And these are the products, basically Recepta hardware that connects to the printer, and we provide that free of charge. And basically it sends all digital receipts to the mobile app that collects all of them in one place to make it portable anytime. And we derive the data from those receipts, and we created these analytical dashboards. So we talked to 1,000 customers, and we put together all the Green America surveys, and came up with these numbers that 89% of the customers would like digital receipts, and 70 out of that just because of the environmental sustainability. And merchants on average spend 12K on paper receipts each year. And Walmart publicly announced that they spent more than $500 million on paper receipts worldwide last year. So this is our financials. As I mentioned before, we are targeting to get 20% of the market in the United States, and that will give us 80 million in revenue per year. And we are currently working in Azerbaijan with international brands like Nike, Starbucks, Apple, and others. And our key drivers is a product, because it's unique and all-in-one solution. And market opportunity, because paper receipts are still around. And sustainability. And Recepta will help basically the planet to save 180 million trees, more than 6 billion liters of oil, and 350 billion liters of water. And this is our team. Basically, we are a team of 15 right now, and I'm ex-Lyft and Amazon accountant who was dealing with reimbursement of those paper receipts. And Riyad and I went to high school together, and Nigar is a basically certified market expense expert, basically who is leading the marketing team, and Samir, ex-deputy CEO of World Bank. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Recepta. Okay, let me stop sharing so we can do our Q&A. You have 3 minutes if you can. Oh yeah, we can see you in the screen. Very good, 3 minutes. Okay, Robert, you have your hand up, and then we'll go to Tim.
Hi, yeah. Thanks, Rolf. Great story. Can I ask a question? How do you deal with data privacy?
So whenever, thank you for the question, but whenever just the users basically download the app, it's on terms and conditions that we provide these all free, and we can use their data. And the data we store, basically, it's fully encrypted.
Quick follow-up question. So you do not ask explicit permission to use their data. It's part of accepting the terms and conditions.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, thank you.
Robert?
Yeah, so are you already operating in Azerbaijan?
Yes, right now we do cover 95% of Azerbaijan, and we do work with 3 large banks.
And what is the revenues you have right now in Azerbaijan?
So we just started, and the pipeline, basically, we do sign the contract for almost 3.4 million for the next year.
And that's euros, dollars?
In USD, sorry.
USD.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
let's go. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's go to Lucas. Sorry.
Lucas, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a quick question on the product, so I understand well. So if I go to the supermarket, I buy something, it goes to my phone. How is it integrated? Do I through my mail? There's something I don't really understand about the usage.
Okay, I can. So you can see my screen right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for the customers, basically, you download the app, you link your card, and you make the payment. You do not provide your email, phone number, or anything. We directly match it seamlessly, basically, through the banking app. We take your data, transaction data from the open banking, and the receipt data from the merchant. Based on 4 components like amount, card number, date, time, we do the matching, 100% matching, and link it to your account. And for the merchant, it's basically the device. This device connects between POS and printer, or it's an API integration, whatever they prefer.
Okay, understood.
Okay, let's get one last question from Sophie. We have less than a minute left.
Yeah, so for the merchant, you'd also mentioned that there would be a dashboard that would show them trends in sales and demographics. I would assume someone like Walmart would already have something like that. So how would you integrate your own dashboard with what is existing with some of these, some of your customers?
So Walmart has that, but they don't know the demographics, all the data. They don't know the customer. That's a problem. They know all these numbers, but they don't know who bought, let's say, this bottle of water, right? Who bought this water? They know that they sold it. So they do that analytics based on their own ERP system, but not the actual customer. What we do, we'd be like, yeah, Ralph bought these products from Walmart. That's what we provide to Walmart.
Thank you very much,
get to know their
Ralph.
customers.
Very good. Ralph, thank you very much. Thank you, Recepta. The time is up. And we will be moving to the next thing. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go back to sharing one more time.
Can we get 1 minute to fill in the scorecard?
Excuse me?
Can we get 1 minute to fill in the scorecard?
We can do that. I can give you a minute to do that. So as we move along, let me do that. All righty, let's move on. Let me know if you need more time at any point. And we're going to go to our second startup.
Do you know that
which is
each year we're losing 10 million hectares of forests because of agriculture to feed an ever-growing population? In the same time, aridification of soil and desertification impact 13 million hectares mainly because of climate change. Hi, my name is Ben, we're Green and we cultivate deserts. To do so, we provide our agroforestry plantation as green investment. This investment, held under SPV, mandates Green to set up and operate agroforestry plantation in arid areas. Those plantations generate revenue thanks to food, biofuel, and carbon credits. The profits and impact are redistributed to the investors and sent to green. This model is the one used by renewable energies to face a situation with high capex and low operating expenses. Our beachhead market is the regenerative agriculture investment market. Because of the growing awareness and consequences of global warming, and because agriculture is one of the major sectors on which we can have an impact according to the IPCC, the global regenerative agriculture market is projected to accomplish significant growth. Our nature-based solution has among the best return on investment on the market, between 12 and 22% depending on the size of plantations. But it has also many positive impacts. Those impacts generated such as carbon capture, biodiversity increase, water savings, soil regeneration, food resilience, and social welfare allow us to sell our carbon credits at a much higher price. But you must wonder, how can we cultivate deserts? Our solution is divided into 3 bricks. A unique agroforestry model, the result of 3 years of R&D and collaboration with scientists across the globe from CGR and CIRAD. Our patented model not only integrates satellite analysis and the best combination of trees, but also modelize the profit and needs for our plantation, as well as a carbon capture. Our second bricks is a small-scale desalination units with brine management that are bringing water to our plantation. And those 2 bricks feed the third one, our sustainable agroforestry plantation that regenerate ecosystem while generating revenue in the same time. After 3 years of experimentation, we not only managed to grow trees in desert and produce food, but we also succeeded into improving our soil conditions. You can see on the slide the increase of vegetation from satellite images and from pictures on the ground. We conducted more than 200 interviews among our upstreams and downstream customers to have their insight. And we found out that investors are looking to decarbonize their assets and are searching for multi-impact projects with good return on investment. Food wholesalers are looking to increase local product and food resilience in their arid countries. CO2 emitters must comply with COP21 legislation and are looking for more carbon credits to compensate their emission by 2030. Finally, biofuel producers have to increase their production without doing deforestation, neither competition to arable lands. Our green investment project, represented as a 20-hectare agroforestry plantation, generates significant revenue with only 1% of market share, with more than 6.5 million profit per year. The key driver to increase this revenue is the size of our plantation, our market share, as well as the time before investors buy new plantation. We have an impact on climate because we absorb more CO2 than any other agricultural system. But we also have a positive impact on water, as we do not use fresh water from the aquifer, but we produce fresh water from an undesired resource. Finally, our agricultural system is the one that has more diversity in terms of species. We are bringing back biodiversity into arid lands. Our team is composed of smart and ambitious women and men from various countries. Some of them have already reforested more than 1,500 hectares in desert. This team is dedicated to franchise our model to feed the growing population with a sustainable production system.
Okay, thank you very much, Santu Green. And I see here we have Benjamin and Vital joining us. So you have 3 minutes for your Q&A. Robert.
Yeah, I've got a question about the desalination of the water. Does that mean that you are confined to the coastal areas? Because how would you get the seawater to the place where you are growing the trees?
Yeah, so we're not only doing seawater desalination, but also brackish water desalination. Brackish water is water underground, which is basically almost everywhere, but near by the coast, you make sure that the brackish aquifer will be refilled by the sea from the water. So our solution is mainly focusing right now on coastal areas, and we are looking to develop after more inlands, but with different solutions such as wastewater treatment. But
Okay.
yeah, for not to answer your question, we're focusing on coastal areas, and this is why we're starting our solution in Morocco, which has a huge cost.
Yeah. I've got more questions, but let other tours go as well.
Let's get Sophie to ask her question.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you. I think this has high potential for impact. I have a few questions, but I'll just do one. Can you talk a little bit more about who your actual customer would be for this?
So we have two types of customers. The first type are the investors investing in SPV because we have a high cost. We need to use the same business models and renewable energy to set up the plantation. So we don't have to use our own funds to set up the plantation. And the second type of customers as the one who we're selling our goods to, meaning carbon credits. This is mainly Total Energy, Société Générale, and other broker of carbon credits, as well as wholesaler. And Wissal is in charge of selling the food in Morocco. And we are also trying to develop a plantation doing biofuel because there is huge legislation from Europe regarding biofuel for aviation. And this is a big problem because today to do biofuel, you have either to do deforestation or you have to do competition to arable lands.
Thank you. And let's get one last question from Lucas because 1 minute left.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for the pitch. So about the land, so do you buy the land or do you just like use it somehow? So you rent it from local people? And my question is like basically how much time does it get to really retrofit the land? So when do you get into production of product? And so what time frame do you have that you stay for 15, 20 years, then you give back the land or you sell it back? So what's the business here and the model?
That's for you, Wissal.
Okay, for our first plantations, our first 20 hectares, we are buying lands for our POC. Then for our scale-ups, we are partnering up with the local administration in Morocco to get land to get lease on big chunk of lands. We're talking 1,000 hectares. The lease that the state does.
Thank you, Wissal. Our Q&A is over. So unfortunately, that's all the time that we had. Hopefully a question was answered for you, Lucas. So I'll give a couple of minutes for the jury to score. And thank you very much to Santa Green for being here and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Unmuted. Okay, so let's move on to our next startup. We have Thales Cleantech coming up.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer, founder and CEO of Thales Cleantech. We offer a solution for clean drinking water, the most valued commodity, using the atmospheric moisture extraction technology. Only 1% of fresh water is available on the ground, but the atmosphere has 4 times the entire stock of fresh water on Earth, and it is a perennial source. Our objective is not just selling the water, but also create water security for a crisis like Zero Water Day. How about we let the ground to replenish for a while? Yes, each liter from atmosphere saves about 3 liters of groundwater. We supply 100% natural water from air in 20-liter bubble top cans to major IT companies, business parks, multinational corporations through subscription model at ₹60 in major metro cities in India. Our chosen beachhead market segment is B2B because Climate-KIC ecosystem is driven by big players and they can and are willing to pay for green products. They also have obligations to meet the sustainability targets, net zero claims, and being water positive, etc. Moreover, it is a big market having over 40,000 multinational companies in India and hundreds of business industrial parks across the country. The customers get premium product at the price of current alternatives. As our water is packed at source, there is no risk of contamination or additional logistics which contributes additional CO2 emissions. We can guarantee stable supply of water even if there is no rain for continuous years or during peak demand in summer months. The added values like carbon credits are part of the package with no extra cost to the customer. We produce a product of very high value, clean drinking water, using the unlimited and abundant resource. They are virtually free and the process is IP protected. It is 84% more energy efficient than other conventional atmospheric moisture extraction machines called AMEs. Our system runs in hot water produced by solar thermal energy and completely free of grid electricity and refrigerant gas. So it reduces the cost of making a liter of water by 90%. It is also lesser than the cost of filtering or processing the groundwater. Conventional AMEs can go up to 1,000 liters per day when it is serialized, whereas our AME system can make 100,000 liters per day and beyond. We conducted a total of 23 interviews consisting multi-sector corporates across 2 major business hubs of India. We wanted to know how much water they are buying, at what price and what brand, etc. We produce 260,000 20-liter bubble top cans per year for 100 customers and make a reasonable profit of 8.58 million. The low cost, competitive and acceptable price and the scope to expand the market to B2C. The domestic household consumers are our major key value drivers. By saving 3 liters of groundwater with zero emission, for each liter of water we produce, the climate impact is very high. We save about 1.976 tons of CO2 and 15.6 million liters of groundwater per year. As a team, we come with 18 plus years of experience in the business of making water from air. Dr. Shivakumar, who is heading the research division of Thales Cleantech, is first ever patent holder for AME process and one of the global pioneers in manufacturing and marketing of AMEs in India for about 2 decades. He has been a water resource management consultant to World Bank, Ford Foundation and 40 plus years of researcher and academician. Mr. Kirubakar is an engineering mind, structural engineer, comes with 20 plus years of professional experience in handling large-scale turnkey projects. Mr. Japreet, CEO of HexGN, a global corporate accelerator for startup, is my mentor and advisor. He plays a significant role in our growth and expansion. As a founder and CEO, having 9 plus years of professional experience in water energy nexus, I am taking care of the business side. I come with hands-on experience in installing AMEs in various parts of the country, actively involved in research and product development, and a certified water professional by World Bank and United Nations. More importantly, I am a strong believer of trust the process. Together, we aim to sell 50 million liters of water from air and to cover 1,000 arsenic-affected habitations in India by the 5th year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jennifer and Thales Cleantech. And on to our Q&A. I see that Tim already has his hand up, but
Yeah,
there, we see you, Jennifer. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Great presentation. Thank you much. You talked somewhere about carbon credits that would be generated. Can you explain a little bit how you do that? Where do they come from?
Yeah, the normal desalination or the RO process, you have to spend a amount of energy. The carbon emission is being, counted in that process. How much energy you spend to process 1 liter of water, to take it from the ground and process it, filter it, and packing it, or for the desalination. Here we use 100% renewable energy to make 1 liter of water. So that's how we save carbon emission.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
I was wondering, what is the impact of the air quality to the quality of the water?
I'm not able to hear you properly, sorry.
What is the impact of air quality?
Air quality?
Yeah, what does it, does the air quality matter for the quality of the water?
So actually we were planning to have our manufacturing centers closer to the coastal areas, coastal part of India. Those are our manufacturing hubs. From there, the water, will be distributed along the coastal cities. That is the plan. And still we are using up to 9 micron air filters to produce any, to prevent any air pollution, dust particles, carbon particles in the air. As well, we use carbon filters to remove any gas or smell from comes with the air.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Sophie or Lucas or Robert or Tim? Sophie.
Yeah, so thinking specifically about the technology that you're using, are there any other direct competitors working in the space in India at the moment?
Yeah, there are many competitors. They are using atmospheric moisture extraction technology, but they use conventional vapor compression based technology where you have to use the compressor and the refrigerant gas to condensate the water. Here we use water as our refrigerant. This water will be produced an equipment called a vacuum heat exchanger that will give us the chilled water that will be used as a refrigerant gas. So that will be passes through and go through the normal condensation process. It will cool the surface and the air will be blown into that surface and it will condensate the moisture.
Okay, thank you very much. I believe today we should be close to over. Yeah, so the 3 minutes are done. Jennifer, thank you very much for your
thank you all.
time today. Thank you and good luck. And oh yeah, let's give a couple of minutes for completing the scorecard. Okay, so a couple of minutes are up. Let me move on to the next startup, the fourth startup actually, which is going to be Climate Guardians.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. My name is Ale and I'm with Climate Guardians. We are pioneering gaming for good. Climate Guardians is an impact gaming studio, founded in Amsterdam in 2022. Our deal is gaming for good. Play and protect the rainforest to offset CO2 and plant trees. We target Generation Z, of which 81% play video games. We sell them virtual goods like in-game upgrades and skins. We serve them in-game advertising and sell decarbonized NFT packs using blockchain technology. Our total addressable market is huge. Within that huge market, 14% of the casual gamers play simulation games, and we focus first on Generation Z, where 81% play video games. We aim for 200,000 users until 2023, who spend $32 per year on in-game assets and advertisements. Our customer value proposition. Our gamers can make real-world impact while playing our game. We serve them with light-hearted educational content on climate change. We want to educate as many people as humanly possible on the climate emergency. We also provide recurring donations to environmental projects, mainly in reforestation. We did some user research and basically these 3 points are not served by the existing gaming market. Our product is already live. We developed an MVP, which is live on the Silo blockchain, which is, by the way, a carbon negative blockchain and a mobile first blockchain because Generation Z wants to play their casual games on mobile. Climate Guardians is a mobile resource management and strategy game where players' actions have real-world impact on climate change. You can already play our MVP by clicking this link. We did user research back in May 2022, and we had 3 essential learnings. We need to create a substantial climate impact, and our customers will only retain if the game is fun to play. However, with free-to-play onboarding, we can attract a huge community and educate them on the pressing matter of climate change and deforestation. Our financials are solid. As I said, we sell virtual goods, NFTs on the blockchain, and in-game advertising. Our calculations, we will have a yearly profit of about 400,000, so the business model is also sustainable in an economical way. The climate impact, if we reach our high scenario, is enormous. By using 20% of in-game sales and advertisements revenue, our impact can be as high as 1.6 million tons of CO2. We also made partnerships with real-world environmental projects and enable our gamers to actually plant trees in the real world. Our Gaming for Good team is international. We work with game developers all over the world. In the Philippines, Leo is from the Philippines, Vincent is from Vietnam, Nicholas is from Argentina, Josette is from Singapore, Stefan is from Austria, Jeff, our game director, is from Canada, Max is from Germany, and myself, I'm from the Netherlands. Our founder's dream is to create a fun, family-friendly, climate-focused game using blockchain technology and the latest game development tools. We already have our MVP shipped, and we are currently doing live testing with about 200 players. Thanks for watching and happy to answer all your questions.
Very good. Thank you very much, Climate Guardians. And let's see, we have Alan with us. And Alan, you have 3 minutes for your Q&A. I'm not sure who was first, it was Tim or Lucas. Let's start with Lucas. And then go
Okay,
on to
thank you.
Tim.
Can you explain more in detail how through the gaming you offset or you have a climate impact? And yeah, what is a decarbonized NFT? If you can elaborate on that.
We use in-game revenue, and we buy with that revenue, we buy CO2 certificates that are bridged to the blockchain using the Toucan.earth protocol. And we burn those certificates basically. And the second thing is that we partnered up with a reforestation project that actually enables to plant trees. And sorry, your second question was?
It was, what is an NFT, decarbonized NFT? You mentioned that.
Yeah, that's when you mint a NFT that obviously costs energy. And while minting, we also use CO2 tokens that are burned during the minting process. So the gaming will always be carbon negative.
Maybe linked to another question. How did you assess your operational carbon footprint?
We made a calculation of how much revenue we will make by selling those in-game assets, and then simply calculated how many carbon credits we can buy with those and burn on behalf of our gamers.
But I mean the carbon footprint of your operation. So the fact that people play your game creates carbon emissions. So did you calculate that as well?
No, we haven't taken that into account, how much computing power a game console or a mobile phone makes while playing the game. But yeah, the mobile phone is always on. So to be honest, I don't think the energy usage will be more intense if players are actually playing.
And one last question from Robert, because less than a minute left.
Yeah, so because you said that you target 200,000 players for next year, when will there be when will the game be in the Apple Store, for example? How are you going to get those 200,000?
Yeah, that's a really valid question. We are now working on the MVP and get that in the Android store first, because that's a little bit easier than iOS. But our go-to-market strategy is to have the alpha release in the App Store at the end of Q2 in 2023.
Thank you, Ale. Your time is up. Well done answering your Q&A. Let's give a couple of minutes to our jury to complete your scorecard, and then we'll move on to the next startup.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. So our fifth startup is Agroforestry Carbon, and we'll hear from them right away.
Hello everyone, I am Mour from Senegal. We all know that smoking is bad for our health. But did you know that using chemical cleaning products at a daily basis is equivalent with smoking 20 cigarettes per day? According to the American Journal of Respiratory Health, being regularly exposed to detergents, solvents, bleaches increases the risk of cancer of lungs, asthma, and also pollute our environment. People working in hotel industry are more exposed than others. The hotel industry also faces challenges related to waste management due to the large amount of waste generated daily. Therefore, we are offering an integrated service that combines waste management and cleaning to hotels for $4,050 monthly. Our services are addressed to a global market of $1,050, but our beachhead market is Senegal because the hospitality industry is in great expansion. As we are using low consumption cleaning machines and locally made cleaning products, we are able to offer our services to a lower rate than our competitors. By taking care of the cleaning, our customer, the hotels, will be able to focus on their core activity and therefore become more productive. They will also be less exposed to health problems. We believe that cleaning and waste management are linked and therefore should be linked. That's why we are offering a two-in-one service. Until the cleaning is done for the client, we will sort the waste to dry waste and wet waste and after hand it over to the right recycling partner. We will also assist our customer to set waste management politics. Before starting Nawara, we interviewed 21 hotels. We assume that hotels care about sustainability. Their monthly costs for waste management and cleaning are high, and they are also looking for alternatives. After analysis, we found out that 90% of hotels care about sustainability for the sake of their brand and their customer purchasing experience. 70% support highly charge for cleaning and waste management, and also 70% are interested in outsourcing the cleaning and the waste management. Our financial projections are built from the assumption that we can have 10% of market share. Therefore, we will be able to make $4,000 net profit, and our key drivers will be the net price, the cost of delivery, and the market share. By combining the cleaning to the waste management, we will be contributing to the reduction of CO2 emission by 40% with our beachhead market. We are a team of two people, Samba Wen, who is a COO with 5 years of experience in industrial cleaning, and me, Demour, who is the founder. Our dream is to replace by 10% the use of chemical products with eco-friendly one by 2027, become a leading sustainability educator by hosting 10 educational initiatives per year, and also achieve 5-time valuation by 2025. Thank you for your.
Very good. Thank you very much, Agroforestry Carbon. And let's see who is joining us today from the team.
This was Nawara Services.
Oh, sorry, Nawara Services. Yes, my mistake. I was looking at my link.
I'm here. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Let's see. Let's start with Sophie and go on to the rest.
Yeah, thank you for the pitch. So just maybe a clarifying question. So you're providing cleaning services and waste management services. Are you also producing the products, or where do you source the products from?
The cleaning, thank you for your question. Do you mean the cleaning product?
Yes. Exactly.
The cleaning product are made by a doctor in chemist who is here in Senegal. So it's product made with non-chemical product. So it is all natural product, and we are also using those products for the cleaning.
Thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Robert?
Yes, thank you. As I understand from the pitch, it is cheaper and it's better for the world. So why are not all hotels doing it yet?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
As I got from the pitch, it is cheaper. Your service is cheaper than the others, and it's better for the world. So why? What does hotels stop to using your product or your service?
Do you mean like why they are not using our services now?
Yeah, so you go and talk with the hotels, and why do they say no? What stops them from using you?
No, they did not say no, because they are interested. They are interested in outsourcing the cleaning and the waste management. Because here in Senegal, usually, even it is not Senegal, people used to deal with cleaning alone, and we think that you should combine those two services because they are linked. So our innovation is first of all to propose a two-in-one service, cleaning and waste management for the hotels. And when we talk to the hotels, they are interested in outsourcing the cleaning and the waste management.
Okay, so you already have clients?
Not because we just to begin.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did not have a client yet.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's see if we can squeeze one very short last question. In that case, I'm going to leave it there because I think our time is close to being up. Thank you very much for Nawara Services, and I'll give a couple of minutes to the jury to complete your form, your scorecard. Great, everybody. Let's move on to our sixth startup, which is Agroforestry Carbon.
What have you been doing to help the people and the planet? My name is Renato, and I'm going to introduce to you Agroforestry Carbon, and we are building the agroforestry future. Our deal is to offset carbon emissions by planting trees in agroforestry systems of small farmers. We are the bridge between the companies and the small farmers. Our carbon offset price varies from 1,200 to 1,500. And we give back to the companies seal and certificate, market differentiation, sustainable value, compliance, and regulation. To these small farmers, we provide them financial and technical support, and we collect data and information. Our beachhead market are eco-friendly companies and events here in Brazil, and that's for now. Next year, we intend to be working with ESG-oriented companies in Europe and South America. And in 5 years from now, we intend to work with ESG-oriented companies and industry around the globe. Our big difference are transparency and traceability of our service. Because we use decentralized platform, website, social media, geotechnology, QR code, blockchain, farmers' participation, and direct access to farmers. Some examples of our difference from the other services. We do have a big social and financial impact for small farmers. We started in 2021 with 3 families, and now we are working with 72 families. And that's because we encourage family farming, food security, well-being, and local impact. Our product and service. Here you can see our traceable carbon offsetting. How does it work? Our carbon calculator for the carbon emissions, and then you can, inside our platform, choose some of our partners and plant those trees. And each tree, we use geolocalization. So that's a lot of transparency and traceability in our service. In the bottom, you can see our seal. The companies that offset their carbon can use our seal and the QR code, giving a lot of transparency as well, and traceability. Customer discovery. We had some hypotheses like tax benefits, help your sustainable business, market trend, and that our best customers are big companies with heavy carbon emissions. After doing 34 interviews, we had some key insights that we should avoid greenwashing, do greenhouse gas inventory, that we are a market trend, we should improve ESG indicators, and that our best customers are any size of companies with environmental awareness. Financials, how we're gonna be in 5 years. We intend to be with a profit around 28 million, with 15,000 customers and on a bigger market, and having around 3% of this market. Our key drivers are market share and net price. The carbon balance for emission and sequestration per hectare year is higher in agroforestry systems. That's one of our big climate impact. Our service when agroforestry systems are 250% more than normal reforestation. Our founders' dream and team. We want to impact 100,000 families, restore 10 million hectares, and plant 1 billion trees, promoting agroforestry as the best social environmental solution in the fight against climate change. This is our multidisciplinary team, and thanks for your time. Come with us and let's build the agroforestry future together.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Agroforestry Carbon. Let's see. We have Renato joining us today. Let's get Tim to ask the first question.
Thank you for your presentation, really nice. I have a question. You said something about carbon offset price being at 1,200 to 5,000 per watt. I didn't understand that. Can you explain?
Yes, of course. So this is a price that we do. It's hard to put a number there because it depends on the size of the company. So if it's a small company or a big company, it will vary a lot the price for the service. Okay, so normally the price we put is around 25 reais for a tree planted, and will depend doing the greenhouse gas inventory for the company, and if it's an event, will depend how many people will participate in this event, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for your question, team.
Thank you very much. Let's get Robert to ask the second question.
Yep, thank you. Actually, I got two, but in your presentation said 2022 we want to have the Brazilian market, and then 2023 we're going to Europe. How far are you? How is the business in Brazil going so far?
Okay, thanks for your question, Robert. Now in Brazil, we're doing mainly for small and medium-sized companies offsetting their carbon emissions. And we did 4 events already, 1 music event and 3 other for technology and agroecology products. So we have partners in Brazil, our agroforestry partners in every part of Brazil. And we already have some in other countries like Africa, India, Chile, and Uruguay as well. So we do have, in Brazil, our market is in Brazil, but we have partners in other places of the world around now, for now.
Okay, 1 minute left. Let's get on to Lucas to answer get their last question.
Yes, thank you. So can you say how you really measure and report, and on what kind of standards do you base your carbon credit emissions?
Yeah, okay, thanks for your question, Lucas. We currently, what we do, we use an average carbon sequestration per tree according to scientific studies. And we are developing our own methodology together with 2 Brazilian federal universities and with a German company. So we are testing the soil to really know how much that soil are stocking the carbon there. So we don't use the standard methodology for voluntary carbon market, like Vera Gold Standard, because they're costly, time consuming, and not accessible to small farmers. And we chose to develop our own model and be more inclusive, cheaper and faster.
Thank you, Renato.
Okay.
So the time is up. Well done answering the Q&A. Again, couple of minutes for deliberation,
Thank you,
and
guys.
we'll move on. Thank you. Alrighty, two more startups left to pitch, and we're going to have Nqoba Green Solutions next.
Invasive crayfish are high-impact invaders. They alter the structure and functioning of ecosystems. They have affected World Heritage sites throughout Africa, such as the Okavango Delta and the Tanganyika Lake in Kenya. It has also moved through the Komanati River, which filters down into South Africa. Alien invasive species have always been seen in a negative light, but imagine making a profit using these species through aquaponics. Imagine using aquaponics to sustainable possibilities, and picture having ideal access to food production and capturing fresh water through drainage systems. Greetings to the panel and welcome to Nqoba Green Solutions. The deal is to provide healthy and affordable marine crayfish as an alternative choice to alleviate overfishing of rock lobster. The deal is to supply supermarkets with crayfish at €11 for 175 grams, upon which they will sell to customers at €15. This deal targets the customer who wants to purchase crayfish, which is a delicacy, at an affordable price. The beachhead market in KwaZulu-Natal targets middle to high-end supermarkets, which serves more than 20 million active loyal customers, which equates to €600,000. In South Africa, it is worth €36 million and €95 million in Africa. This implies that there is room for scalability. The marron crayfish will save the customer €7 compared to the rock lobster. Our competitive advantage is that we will use new tech niche, which is tank cultivation and rainwater harvesting, which will render a cleaner production of crayfish. Crayfish are bottom feeders, and therefore tank culture would be more suitable compared to the traditional cultivation. This renders an affordable and healthier choice to consumers. Our product will be grown in a tank aquaponic system, which gives us more control over the quality of production. The marron crayfish is an alien invasive species which we have identified as an alternative to rock lobster in South Africa. We aim to make a profit out of it. Currently, there are no commercial marron crayfish farms in South Africa. We surveyed 100 people, and it revealed that 71% of the participants purchased from supermarkets. Our key assumptions focused on affordable price, frequent purchase, and orange-listed seafood. Participants support the notion of having alternative for orange-listed crayfish. An amount of €536,000 for 6 years has been projected with a 50% market share. This renders our business sustainable. A feasibility study was conducted by the South African government, which further proves that the marron crayfish industry has the potential to boom in the coming years. Our key drivers are tank cultivation, price, and targeting alien invasive species. Producing 4 tons of marron crayfish emits 21,600 kg of carbon dioxide, and rock lobster emits 31,600 kg of carbon dioxide. Our innovative approach to growing crayfish will amount to a total savings of 10 tons of carbon dioxide on production and 117 tons of carbon dioxide on transport. Our system also uses 304,000 less liters to grow 4 tons of crayfish. Our team consists of Neil Hendrickson, who is our business coach, Elise Hutton, who recommends sustainable opportunities, Samir Ibrahim, who will be the technical aquaculture support, and myself, who is the founder and researcher. However, I do plan to grow the team as the business grows, which will create job opportunities for the youth as skills development. Our goal is to secure €300,000 for seed funding and be the third freshwater aquaponics crayfish farm in South Africa and yield a turnover of €536,000 at the end of 6 years of operating. We aim to create a better life, to create a better future. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Nqoba Green Solutions. And I think Kimsha is joining us today for the Q&A. Let's see, who would like to go first? Robert.
Yes, thank you. So are you also going to catch the existing crayfish, or are you going to create new crayfish?
Thank you for your question. Currently, the crayfish is filtered down to the Commonalty River. There is a catchment area in the Eastern Cape, and they do have a farm which they capture the crayfish, and they are currently using it as a research facility. So I plan on harvesting or getting the crayfish from them first initially, and taking it forward. Thank you for your question.
Thanks. Sophie, did you have your hand up? I saw you were second.
Yeah, it was a similar question to Robert, though, because yeah, we can just go over it.
Thank you. So let's have Kim ask the next question.
Hi, thank you. Great presentation. I have a question. You said you were going to be the third farm. So the other two, do they make a profit?
No, they currently are catchment farms of the alien invasive species, and they do not. It's not a commercialized farm, and they do have 4 tons of marine crayfish at the moment. But we are not permitted to sell these crayfish because of it being alien invasive. We still need to go through the process of having a permit, applying for it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go for our last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you plan to scale to other kind of cultivation to scale the impact in the fish sector, or are you really focusing on crayfish only?
Okay, so because it's quite a delicate topic because of it being alien invasive, so permits are quite difficult at the moment, but there are ongoing talks around legalizing it because of its benefits. At the moment, I will focus on firstly starting up a farm and focusing on ornamental fish as well as leafy green vegetables. I need to create a farm that has biosecurity because of the nature of the crayfish. It can live up to 3 weeks out of water and on land. So my aim at the moment is to create a farm that has biosecurity and then with ornamental fish and leafy greens to sustain the system, and then introduce the marine crayfish for further commercialization. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I don't know if we have any very quick last question. In that case, I think our time is close to being up. Thank you very much for answering the question. And I'll give again a couple of minutes for the jury. Very nice. And we are now going to have our 8th and final startup pitch, and that is going to be SowPrecise Africa.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Kamau and I am a co-founder at SowPrecise Africa. We are developing a farm information management system called Weaverbird. Weaverbird is customized to work within the African infrastructure that is characterized by poor internet connection, limited power supply, and a low purchasing power by farmers. Welcome to our journey. We provide vegetable oil processors in Africa with real-time insights on where to source needed vegetable oils. We also provide oilseed farmers with insights on where to get needed irrigation for their farm and, most importantly, market for their seeds. We charge a subscription fee of 200 euros for the oil processors and a subscription fee of 35 euros for the farmer to use our service, Weaverbird. Our beachhead market is the sunflower oil processors in Kenya, and farmers, particularly the farmers in the semi-arid areas who are highly affected by scarce rains. We shall target to work with 50 processors in the country who have approximately 150 contracted farmers for their seeds. We shall eventually venture into East Africa and the entire sub-Saharan market. Our customer value proposition is that we reduce the cost of sourcing oilseeds by 33% for the oilseed processors. Currently, it costs the oilseed processors 180 euros to source 1 ton of seed. Using our product, they'll be able to, they will spend 120 euros to source a ton of seed. On the other hand, on a very good year, a farmer in a semi-arid area can produce 2,400 kilos of seed. But when they're able to irrigate their land, we can double that production. And this is how Weaverbird works. The oil processor gives us a list of their farmers. We then go to the farmer's land and set up a soil moisture sensor that is in-house designed and works with solar power and uses NB-IoT. The soil moisture sensor has probes at different lengths, and once we detect that the sunflower crop needs irrigation, we connect the farmer to an irrigation service provider. And when the farmer is ready to harvest, we connect the farmer with an oil processor to supply the seeds. This ensures a continuous production and supply for the vegetable oil seeds. Our customer discovery journey started with the assumption that unreliable supply of oilseeds lead to loss of revenue for the oil processors, and poor production by farmers is caused by unreliable rain patterns. We have interviewed 8 oil processors, 35 farmers, and 10 irrigation service providers. Currently, we have an 18-acre demo farm in Kenya where we are testing our Weaverbird system. We are on the 2nd iteration of Weaverbird. We are working with 5 farmers, and we have a letter of intent with 1 oil processor who expects 2 tons of sunflower seeds every month. We are aiming to work with 50 oil processors, 150 farmers, diversify the services available, and supply 30 metric tons of seed. We expect to be making 75 million euros by making a profit of 25 euros per farmer we work with and targeting 10% of the entire market share in sub-Saharan market. We shall achieve this because we have a low cost of subscription, we have a high number of customers, and a long customer lifetime. We expect to capture 2.7 million metric tons of carbon by working with 3 million farmers who have approximately 9 million acres, with the carbon sequence with capturing carbon at a rate of 0.3 metric tons per acre per year. And this is the team behind this project. We are led by Helen Wairago, our CEO. I am the CTO. Pius Wambua is our field coordinator, and we have Evans Nyamashe, who serves as our ICT consultant. We share a vision to streamline the agricultural value chains in Africa. We hope to be making at least 70 million in revenue every year and work with at least 2 million farmers. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you very much, SowPrecise Africa. Let's see who's joining us today.
Present.
Hello, Linda. Okay, 3 minutes for your Q&A. Who would like to go first? Sophie.
Yep, thank you, Linda. I'd be interested just to hear a little bit more about where you're getting the data from that's going into the system.
The data, especially like the arable land that is unused in Africa, we sourced it from FAO, from a document from FAO. That is what they're estimating that was arable land that is unused, 1,000 acres in Africa as of 2019. And then the amount of the amount of cost that the oil processors go through, we have gotten that data from interviewing some of the processors and also interviewing the farmers.
Thank you very much. Let's get Tim to ask the next question.
Yes, thank you. I have a question. You said you conducted quite some interviews with different parts of your business segment. Can you say a little bit about the interest in your solution that came out of those interviews?
Yeah. The interest came from the oil processors because I am a farmer. Actually, two of our team members were full-time farmers. And the interest came from noticing that the oil processors were losing a lot of revenue when they got supply gaps of the oil seeds. And we thought that our solution should start focusing from what the oil processors need, and we go backward, integrate vertically downwards to make sure that the oilseed farmers have what they need. That's where we identified the solution, and we are in a semi-arid area in Kenya where there are all-season rivers. And it's quite a shame that these farmers cannot be able to irrigate that farm. Therefore, we have an Uber kind of business model. The farmers with the irrigation kits are able to lease those irrigation kits to the farmers without at affordable fees, giving them a different source of revenue at affordable prices for the farmers without the kits.
Thank you very much. Let's get one last question from Robert and 1 minute left.
Yeah, great, thank you. So now you're focused on sunflowers and sunflower oil. Is there any potential in other markets?
Yes, we will finally diversify, but because we've just started, we need this as our proof of concept to be able also to fundraise more and to be able to get more customers and get more traction that will create a business case. And then it's easier to grow sunflower in semi-arid areas and those are our focus, our target farmers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for answering all the questions from the Q&A. This actually concludes all 18. So I want to say a big applause to everybody for presenting today, for going through the Q&A session. Well done. And congratulations one more time for making it this far. And, you know, as we like to say, also when we do the trainings in ClimateLaunchpad, the bigger word is not really winning the competition, but it's creating your startup, creating a successful startup that will. So I wish you all the best of luck with that. And of course, we want to continue hearing from you and how you're doing. For the time being, I've put in the chat our website. Keep on monitoring any information that comes through the Launchpad website. You'll get all the information there. And of course, tomorrow we will be announcing the top teams that will go to the final. If I'm not mistaken, this is the link, the Vimeo link to the announcement tomorrow. But just double check the ClimateLaunchpad website just to be sure. So at this point, I would like to thank very much our jury for your hard work. We'll give you a bit of a break before we continue in closed doors. As for the startup, thank you once again. Oh, wait, we have actually an announcement from Sophie before, thanks for reminding me, Sophie, before we continue, a very nice announcement.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me okay? Because I think my internet is a little bit shaky. Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring an opportunity for some of our teams coming from across Africa. So we at Climate-KIC have actually just launched applications for an adaptation and resilience themed accelerator program. So this is for early stage startups in any African country working on any adaptation or resilience solutions. I'll put the link in the chat, and the applications are open from now through the 26th of November, and then you would be receiving acceleration support from January through May of next year. And it's mentorship sessions on building your business and also defining your climate impact. So yeah, I put the link in the chat, and unfortunately right now it's only for African teams, but we're hoping to do it again next year on a more expanded basis.
Great, thank you, Sophie. Thank you for sharing that. It's a very nice opportunity for our African teams. Unless any of the teams have any questions.